Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network. Alright, y'all see what we got going on here today. As y'all see the thumbnail, y'all read the title under the thumbnail. Yeah, man, today's video is dealing with one of the paper route artists, whom is Kenny Money. Now, everybody already heard the news based around Straight Drop Homeboy, whom is CEO Tezzy. He got sent up the other night. So the Alphabet Boys, they trying to connect Kenny Money to CEO Tezzy getting sent up the other night. And y'all gotta understand the reason why. It's based on Kenny Money. He did a video about 2 or 3 weeks ago where he was saying that he was pulling up to the Ops Hood. Matter of fact, he was in the Ops Hood. And when he pulled up to the Ops Hood, Kenny Money was basically yelling out the window, "Where all the paper route ops at? Whoever got beef with PRE, where y'all at?" And when I seen Kenny Money post that video, I said, come on, G. You know Young Dolph wouldn't respect that. Ain't that the same thing Black Youngster did when he pulled up to Castay asking for Young Dolph and the paper route affiliates? And Kenny Money, you gonna turn around and do the same thing? Come on, G. You gotta think better than that. Matter of fact, you gotta move better than that. Because Young Dolph, he put you in a situation where you don't have to engage in criminal activity just for attention. Matter of fact, at this time, that's actually beneath you. Now, if you got some homeboys that you're around that want to do that, let them do that on their own time. You don't have to be a part of that. Because like I stated before, when Black Youngster did that, he lost a lot of respect. And I'm trying to tell you, my boy Kenny Money, when you did the same thing that Black Youngster did, some folks lost respect for you in that moment. Because they trying to understand, where is this coming from? Yeah, you might have some people out there that's trying to come at you and some other paper route affiliates about sliding for Young Dolph. But as I stated before, there's a lot of undiscovered talent in Memphis, and that shouldn't be overshadowed because you got some guys that want to engage in lower behavior. Man, in order for us to do better, we have to think highly of one another. But for us to think highly of one another, our actions actually have to display that. So again, like I said it before, that's the whole reason why the Alphabet Boys is knocking on Kenny Money homeboys' doors. Because they trying to see through the video which one of these guys had their hands in sending up CEO Tezzy. See, I just spoke on this yesterday when I said, if anybody try to do some get back at this time, it's gonna mess up y'all money. Because you got shows, tour dates, you're involved in all type of situations that'll make you real money. But you out here trying to get into some street beef, it's gonna stop the bag from coming in. And I told y'all, man, this is something that Young Dolph would not agree with. So I don't understand why Kenny Money would have that mindset at this time, when that's something that Key Glock is not even trying to do. Because he understand, if I have the mindset where I want to do some get back, I can't post no video showing me and my guys pulling up to the Ops Hood talking about where they at. Now when something like this happens, such as CEO Tezzy getting sent up, who y'all think they gonna come looking at? Yeah, man, y'all got that right, Kenny Money and his affiliates. Because again, he put the target on his own back for the Alphabet Boys to come look for him. But again, I do understand that the reason why a lot of these young dudes engage in this type of activity is for attention. I told y'all before, Kenny Money slipped up when he showed himself posted with Lil Miko chain. And when that happened, who y'all think the Alphabet Boys came looking at? Again, Kenny Money and his guys. So why would you keep putting yourself in those situations when you know that's something that Young Dolph wouldn't approve of? And they know it. So again, I don't even know why they moving like that. Young Dolph always taught you to think above the clowns. Because we already know they'll create a circus act just for attention. And Young Dolph, he knew that. Because that's something Black Youngster always did to try to get Young Dolph attention. But you know what's crazy? It never worked. Because Young Dolph, he never said one word about Black Youngster. Even though Black Youngster did everything to go at Young Dolph and the different paper route affiliates. I know you got some folks out there saying that whoever had their hands in taking out Young Dolph, they get whatever they deserve. I'm not here to disagree with that point. But I'm here to state the fact that this ain't gonna benefit nobody. The back and forth between PRE affiliates and CMG affiliates it ain't gonna get nobody nowhere. And it's not gonna benefit the communities in Memphis. It's actually gonna be a hindrance to the people that's trying to progress out of those situations. Yeah, man, these guys, they trying to slide for young Dolph. Matter of fact, before we get into it, let's pay our respects and say rest in peace to young Dolph, condolences to his family, and much love to all my folks in Dolph land. To all my folks in Dolph land, I know y'all miss a real one, but y'all gotta keep y'all head up. Because again, it's too much undiscovered talent in Memphis in order to be having all this back and forth. We need to be practicing what young Dolph preached, and that was to keep your eyes on the prize and let your work speak for itself. Because all the clowns, they gonna automatically X themselves out. See, I'm always with the mindset of, you gotta think above your haters. But I'm trying to tell y'all, you can't do that or think clearly if you always get into some street beef. And I could keep going back to Black Youngster. Again, he made that same mistake by always going at young Dolph and never promote himself or none of his artists. That's the reason why Lil Migo and Big J90 left Heavy Camp. And that's also another reason why Yo Gotti had to distance himself from Black Youngster. Because again, all that clown activity that Black Youngster was getting into, Yo Gotti, he ain't want nothing to do with that. And what I'm saying is, by the way Kenny Money moving, you gonna have Key Glock do the same thing. He gonna start to distance himself from his homeboy Kenny Money. And see that the only way you trying to get attention is to roll through the different hoods in Orange Mound asking where the ops at. That ain't the right way to go. And Key Glock, he knows that. And we can all see that Key Glock, he's really out here showing himself to be young Dolph's protege. So he not gonna purposely put a target on his back just for attention. Because even Key Glock know that's not the right way to go. And not just that, Straight Drop, CEO Tezzy, and Key Glock, they go back. Again, young Dolph, he didn't take these guys off the street just for them to go back and engage in criminal activity. That don't make any sense. And at the same time, Kenny Money, he has to go back and understand the reason why he came into the rap game in the first place. He got to go back and understand his purpose. Because we know these guys, they didn't get into the rap industry just to go back and get into some street beef. You got into the rap industry to take care of yourself and your family. And that's the reason why young Dolph helped give you a stage to perform on so you can do exactly that. But right now, we seeing Kenny Money, you doing the opposite based on the reason why you came into the rap game in the first place. Like I said, man, a lot of these guys, they have to go back to the reason why. And once they do that, that will help keep them grounded. Cause yeah, when you see yourself making a lot of money, you feel can't nobody tell you nothing. And that's not a progressive mindset to have. And it's definitely not progressive to have a bunch of yes men running around you. And the reason why I said that, because if I was one of Kenny Money affiliates, I would have told him, hey my guy, this not a good idea. Let's go do a video. Let's go do something to take away from these people trying to target us just in case something happened. It's just Kenny Money. He got to move a little more smarter. And a lot of people would agree with that. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know you got some guys out there that's going at Kenny Money and the different paper route affiliates based on them sliding for young Dolph. Like I said, we know you still got some guys that want to do that. But you got to keep it real and understand the game by not showing your cards. But with CEO Tezzy being sent up, we could tell it's going to be a summer of get back activity going on. So with that, always be aware and always stay prepared. But hey, we got more in store. As always, y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it's worth. Let's get this merch. Subscribe to the PDH Network.